Find that place. All right. We are here. We are live. I want y'all to find a place where you don't have to multitask. You've been stuck long enough. Find that place. That's where I want you. That's where you need to be. You've been stuck. I want y'all to find a place where you don't have to long enough. I'm going to talk about this. But after I finish these pancakes, I'm going to sit down. You better not burn them pancakes. You understand? That is, if there's ever been a reason to multitask, pancakes is it. You did?
She said, tell her we sure know.
That's it. That's it. I'm telling you, yes, please take care of them pancakes. Yes, pancakes are my favorite. You've been stuck long enough. And we've got, today is going to be a lot of Q&A. Thank you all for your cameras on, because today, typically I would say, I want y'all, if you can't carry camera on, I ain't got to tell you this today. I promise you your camera's coming on today. I promise you your camera's coming on today. It ain't fit to be something, oh, spring breaking over there, good. It's not even fit to be something that we're going to have to ask about. I want to start you off with a video that came from Grace, because I was asking Grace earlier. Before every Thursday, I always ask Grace and Deanna, tell me what you're struggling with, because I kind of like to weave it in there. Well, 5, 6, 7 of y'all struggling. I want you to send this call directly to Queen Chi, and you tell her I say get on this call. You tell her I say get on this call right now. All right, let's see. I'm trying to think about anybody else. Let's roll. God bless y'all. All good news, but something like that. We'll find out.
Helping others. Nothing.
And I ask you, what do you want? Because the days you don't feel like getting up out the bed, the days you feel like quitting, giving up and giving in. Listen to me, the only thing that's gonna get you up out that bed, the only thing that's gonna make you strive past that obstacle, get past that brick wall, the only thing that's going to make you get up and do what you're supposed to do is what you see. When you wake up in the morning, look at your goals gonna tell you what time to get up. Are you hearing me?
Don't be afraid of.
Stop right here. This is what I want you all to pay attention to, okay? Grace sent this video. She said, this is what's been bothering me the most. And she showed me this one part. So hear me well. I want you to listen to the next 30 seconds of what this man is about to say. And we're going to go from there. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Of missing out. Be afraid of being in the exact same place as you are now.
Rewind, press play.
Your goals gonna tell you what time to get up. Are you hearing me?
Don't be afraid of missing out. Be afraid of being in the exact same place as you are now. 1 year from today, 5 years from today, 10 years from today. Struggling to pay the bills.
Rewind, press play.
Exact same place as you are now.
Up in the morning, look at your goals gonna tell you what time to get up. Are you hearing me?
Don't be afraid of missing out. Be afraid of being in the exact same place as you are now. 1 year from today, 5 years from today, 10 years from today. Struggling to pay the bills, struggling for energy, struggling to find that passion in your life.
Visualize what you are going to do today to get more out of your life.
Do it every day. And every day, you will love the life you have created.
Boom. You know what? One more time. Just give me one more time, because there's always people say that don't apply to me. There is not a single person on this call that it does not apply to, teacher included.
Morning, look at your goals gonna tell you what time to get up. Are you hearing me?
Don't be afraid of missing out. Be afraid of being in the exact same place as you are now. 1 year from today, 5 years from today, 10 years from today. Struggling to pay the bills, struggling for energy, struggling to find that passion in your life.
Visualize what you are going to do today.
Stop right there. Well, hold on, let me visualize what you're going to do today so you can enjoy the life you created.
To get more out of your life.
Do it every day. And every day, you will love the life you have created for yourself.
Everybody look at this picture real quick. That's the first thing I noticed when Grace sent this video. Who knows what this is a picture of?
The monoliths.
The same thing, right? Stonehenge. Right?
Stonehenge. Yeah.
Stonehenge predates any civilization that we say existed on planet Earth, yet it's there. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's older than the Bible. It's older than the Old Testament. It's the truth. Stonehenge is older than the narrative of the Old Testament. That's 4,500 BC. Stonehenge is easily dates to 10,000 BC. Easily. Before we say there was civilization, there was observation of astrology and worship of that astrology. Put a pin in it. We coming back to it. You don't know nothing. And everything you know, somebody gave to you. We're talking about you've been stuck long enough. And somebody here has the audacity to think this does not apply to you because you're doing well or you're doing well now. So my first question I'm going to ask to you before I give you preliminaries, the first question I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes framing your thinking, and then we're going to open up the floodgates, and I ain't going to have no problem getting you to talk. Let me piss you off for a little bit. Ask yourself, are you still in the same quality of life from now until then? Now, here's the deal. Some of you are going to say no. Some of you are going to say yes. All of you are telling the truth. I'm not here to disagree with you. But no matter what your answer is, here's the question the follow-up question is really going to make you mad. It's two follow-up questions going to make you mad. Are you in the same quality of life, generally in the same tax bracket, though? You may be doing better, but are you still in the same class in which you were born within? That's up to you. I got nothing to do with that. I got nothing to do with that. All right. Some of you are already saying, yes, I am. Your mama was this, you this. This is what it is. That's got nothing to do with me. Here's another question that's going to upset you. That question is, if that is true or not true, my question to you is, are you living the life you said you were going to live, you dreamed you were going to live in kindergarten? And if your answers don't match up with your 5-year-old self that knew you could be an astronaut, a princess, or whatever, we got some work to do. My job right now is to get past your ego. Your ego wants to say you're doing well. And the truth is, all of you are doing well because there are no mistakes. More of the truth, you're alive, and your brain says, as long as you're alive, we successful. And if you don't teach your brain a new definition of success, your brain will keep you defecating on yourself in a coma for 30 years and be just fine with that. If you don't tell your brain, eat this food, it extends our life, your brain has no problem eating whatever. Whatever trash you put in your mouth, your brain will extract nutrients from it because that's its job. It just is what it is. Your brain will say, pancreas, go to work. Pancreas filter it. Kidneys, go to work after the pancreas. Kidneys will filter it. Liver, hold it there until I tell you what to do with it. This is how your body works. I'm literally walking you through it. And your brain don't care if it's white sugar, blue sugar, animal parts, cannibalism, dirt, earthworms. Your brain does not care. If you put it in your mouth, your brain gonna say, my job is to stay alive. If I gotta stay alive with this garbage you gave me, that's what I'm gonna do. Processed foods or not. So my question to you is, if you think about your life from start to finish, from start to now, have we really done better than our parents? I do not mean subjectively. Have we crossed classes? Classes is something subjective, but it gives me a good benchmark for you. Have we crossed moods? Do we have the same tendencies they did? If your daddy was an alcoholic, are you? Do we have the same triggers they had? Because, and this is my favorite part of talking to humans. Humans are carbon-based creatures. This is my favorite part. Now, this is why I love science so much, because science can't be argued with, but loves to argue with itself. This is why I love science. Science is facts until science says, oh, we was wrong. Here's new facts. I love that about science, because science is never trying to be gospel. Science is always waiting for someone to disprove it. A scientist goes in disagreeing, and after it can't be disagreed with, scientist goes, yep, it's facts. This is why I love science so much, because science is not about being for. Science is about, it ain't even about being against. Science is about saying, I'll see myself. I love that. I love that about science. I love that about science because it keeps this even playing field. Your Bible ain't changed. 2,000 years, canonicalized. Science has changed 2,000 times in 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling you science is infallible. I'm not telling you science is full of mistakes. I'm telling you the idea of carbon-based creatures is to change. Carbon-based creatures have two jobs only: to live and to pass on the information of living to the next generation to be unstoppable. I'm going to say that again. Carbon-based creatures have two jobs. There's not a third one. It ain't about carbon-based creatures, ain't about concern saving your soul. At the fundamental root of what you are, your number one job is to live. Your number two job is to pass on information to the next generation. That makes you no different than a tree, makes you no smarter than a tree. But trees are sure smarter than us. Allow me to explain. A tree, Susan, says, it's February. Cold out here. These leaves got to go. All this abundance, that got to go. I'm not fit to waste no nutrients on something that's going to fall off anyway. I wish I had somebody.
Watch it.
I wish you humans would act like this. Let me divert all these nutrients back to these branches, down to these roots. So when I'm getting beat up, and I will, all November, all December, January, February, in some areas, March included, we gonna live. Because when springtime comes, I got a full bloom for you. And the tree never has self-esteem problems with dropping what makes it look pretty. Oh, but you humans.
Watch it.
You know that card note killing you.
Reverend.
You know that card note killing you, but you won't drop the card note because you grown and you're supposed to be responsible and have this car. When life is clearly telling you, Antonio, you can't afford that car. I'm Antonio. I can't. Nope. Trees act a whole lot smarter than humans in a lot of areas. Trees, when in a forest, they don't compete with one another. Trees in a forest the light can't reach them because another tree, this is, I swear to you, just how it works. Another tree is blocking them from the light. The tree don't argue. Frida, the tree says, fine, I'll grow taller. Tree grows taller, gets the light. Tree next to it says, well, hell, I can't reach the light now. Tree don't argue. Tree says, well, I'll grow taller too. And everything grows so tall to where the trees are always growing towards the light. Loaded statement. Loaded statement. The tree is always growing towards the light. Sometimes the tree ain't allowed to grow, Arshia. Something's in the way of the tree. So what happens, and I'll show you pictures of it because I don't want nobody to say, what happens, there's that video that I played earlier. It says the tree can't grow towards the light, then the tree bends towards the light. Help me, somebody. If the tree can't grow towards the light, Frida, the tree says, fine, then I'll bend towards the light. Either way, I refuse not to get to this light. And you'll see trees finding their ways to bend towards the light. I'm almost done. Let me keep going. Here's the thing. All these pictures, there's trees bending towards the light. Then you'll have trees with too many resources. That's possible. A tree planted by the water is what Grace Book of Psalms says. Sometimes you have a tree in the water, and the tree doesn't try to soak up all the water. What the tree does is finds a way to get the water it needs while housing animals to benefit from the water. Oh, but us humans, I got mine, you get yours. No, you got lucky. You were born in America. You got lucky, right? You were born in that family. You just got lucky. You did not get yours. You got lucky. Our job is to pass on information to the next generation to be unstoppable. But don't take my word. One more example, then we're gonna start talking. Let's take viruses. Virus is a carbon-based creature. The last time I checked, we didn't hand sanitize ourselves to death. To where both bacteria and viruses like, we don't give a damn about your medicine. Man, look here, man. We are antibacterial resistant. We put that doggone antibiotic over here. We stronger than that antibiotic. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, and we humans, what did we do to solve the problem? We all ran and got toilet paper and stocked up. Now, in the pioneer days, the beginning generations, they gathered and, hunkered down in the winter, and they had enough food, and, and they didn't have refrigeration, any of the technologies that we have, but they survived in the winter, closed in. But each advancement that we've had has really hindered humans in being able to handle and react to things.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Because I was just going to bring up COVID. COVID said, let me mutate 15 times. We don't even know what strand of COVID we on right now. We don't know. Omicron, Demicron, Demigod. We don't nobody know. Every time we get it fixed, Damali, here it is again. I read an email today. It was an email today on, I don't know if you got, it's an app called Neighborhood. Put in what neighborhood you're in. And in my ears, like they were celebrating how COVID cases in Texas are down. So I said, I'm intrigued. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, you mean down from historically high? Boy, humans are something else. You know what I'm saying? Like we are something else. in truth, most of us, we don't get better. We have this illusion of being better. I'm going to tell you why. This is very important. Because we're not looking at better on a soul level, highest expression of our level, God level. Come here, Grace. Come here. This is what we're doing. This is it. This is why we're stuck and don't know we're stuck. We going, I'm better than Grace. So I'm doing better. Thank you so much, Grace. That is very important. Please, 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 please hear me. Hear me. We're stuck because we're comparing ourselves with people. And as long as we're better than them, we're not going to be our best version of God. And that's the truth. This is why when you're in a relationship, you gain weight. When you're single, you don't gain weight. It has nothing to do with you happy. That's just what we say. Ain't nothing to do with happy. I get with Damali get with me. I say, all right, long as she bigger than me, it's all right. You understand what I'm saying? She gained 5 pounds, I'm going to gain 4. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is what we do because our world stops being that world and it starts being the world where all I have to do is make sure I'm sexy enough for Arshia to like it. You know what I'm saying? So we're stuck. And in that video, that guy says, don't worry about missing out. No. Worry about being in the same place you were last year, 5 years, 10 years. And I'll be the first to admit to you, I know what it's like to have the same problem for decades. Some of you right now, well, before I do that, in order not to be stuck, your mind got to come out first. Uh-oh. There I go meddling. Your body can't follow nothing but your mind. Right. And if you're getting out of something, your mind is going out first. You're literally coming head out. The same way you was born into this world head first is the same way you getting out your situation head first. And what happens is we don't realize that we're stuck because we'll get our arm out or we'll get these creature comforts, is what old preachers would say, and we'll think we ain't in it. But in truth, your mind never left it. Never, ever left it. I'll give you a great example. Some of you right now got the same anger problems that you have had since you can remember. That don't make no sense. Because you wasn't born with that anger problem. Respectively, you were born 50% of your personality, but you wasn't born with that. Somewhere along the line, you picked it up and you've been justified keeping it, and you're 40 now. Now, how is it possible you could ever possibly do better than your parents when you're struggling just like them? All right. Jamali gets it. We didn't, and here's the deal. We owe it to our mom. We owe it to our dad. I don't care if he was there for you or not. I don't care if she was there for you or not. As a carbon-based creature, they passed on enough information for us to be unstoppable. Yeah. They did. No, he didn't. They either taught you what you need to know backwards, the wrong way, or taught you what you need to know the right way. But you got all you need to know. You got it. You got all you need to know right now. And our job is to be better. So let me wrap up this pissing you off part. I don't know what to call it. Not an introduction. I'm framing your thinking because I want to have a good dialogue. How do we get out of it? Well, I was just telling somebody, I'm going to tell you all. The first thing you have to do is when you change, you're not allowed to look at other people and get mad at them for not changing with you. Because you don't realize. See, when Arshia changed and she looked at Antonio, was like, oh, you're so negative. But you've been with me for 8 years. You only notice I'm negative now because you changed. But me and you was negative together. Equal negative. Yeah. We were both losers. Now that you want to be a winner, you see my losing.
Watch it.
Ascension. Listen, it's top secret. Ascension never means other people are lower. Ooh, that's tough. There's no such thing as lower level of awareness. We say that because it's easier to grab illustrations for it. But the truth is, everybody is as high as they're going to be for right now. And until they learn something else, they ain't getting no higher. And some of you have been at the same level of awareness your whole life. Our job is by the end of this call, forget having a blueprint, forget having a series of steps. Nope, none of that. Well, what's the solution? Ain't no solutions. What's the steps? Ain't no steps. That don't make no sense. God don't need solutions. God don't need steps. It makes plenty of sense. What we're going to do by the end of this call is call forth the existence of what we truly are now. And the good thing is, this call is happening during the full moon, so it's actually, the universe is on your side right now. You're on your side. There's enough energy out there right now for you to make this happen. Now, how do we get there? I want you all to dismiss every step, dismiss every solution. You ain't got to clean your slate. Anything you know, you can keep it. I just want you to get out of the steps and structure personality. God don't need that. Not for this. In order to get unstuck, your mind got to go out first. It's the only thing I want you to keep focused on. So one more thing, and I'm going to get Grace to talk first. One more thing, I told Shannon this a long time ago. I'm going to tell it to y'all now. I said, Shannon, you don't like your life. And the illustration she used was, I feel like I'm still in the grave. I feel like I'm still in the grave. I can't, it's like I'm dead. And I was like, but Shannon, you are in the grave. Let's keep it real. You in the cemetery. It's dirt all over you. You are filthy. There is nothing about you that don't smell like the cemetery. But you're winning. And she couldn't understand it for the life of me. And I said, listen, if you got 1 foot out the casket, you already won. Hear me very well. Still smelling like grave clothes. Still in the cemetery. Still miles away from your dreams. If you got 1 foot out the casket, you already winning. Because it could be both feet. If it's just 1 out, you got another option now. You can step in the casket or step out, and that's all humans need. All humans need is a direction for their mind to go. I want you to visual. Everybody put yourself in the casket. You got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Your mind got 2 options now, Arshia, and you can only go where your mind tell you to go. And if your mind take you out the casket, your body will automatically follow. Grace, you feel, I feel like COVID doesn't exist anymore. I don't personally know if anyone's sick anymore. Yeah, you know, hey, I ain't mad at you. You definitely sound like you from Texas, that's for sure. You definitely sound like a Texan on that one. But I ain't mad at you. Hey,
that's probably it.
Hey, listen, I totally get it. I know what I know, America, we don't care no more. I know that much. I know that we don't care no more. But without a doubt, I want everybody to think about this. Grace, I'm having you go first because you're the one that's talking about stuff. The rest of this is dialogue. I got a whole agenda, but I'm gonna weave it into your dialogue. Grace is gonna jump on the samurai sword first. This is honor, and she's gonna die with honor, and she's gonna take her life with her own sword. Die with honor. All right, there you go. That's all right. I don't even want to lead you. You talk about this stuff that's in you and why this pointed out to you the way you want to point out. Go ahead.
When Antonio asked me this morning, he said, "Hey, what is it that you're struggling with? And don't lie." I said, "Okay." And this immediately popped up because I've been listening to this, what he showed y'all for at least a week now, because it every so often certain things pop up on my YouTube. And so that one did, and I listened to it, and it kept me. And when he said, "Don't be afraid of missing out, be afraid of being stuck in the same place that you are today, last month, 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, struggling to pay bills, struggling to for energy, struggling, to have that passion." And every time he said that, I cringed because I'm like, I wake up sleepy. I think I just told Tempest and Monica that earlier. I said, man, I keep waking up sleepy, struggling for energy. And I told Antonio, I've been stuck for 8 years. And he gave me this crazy look like, oh my God. But I've been stuck and been in the same spot. And I don't like it no more. So when he said that, tell me what you're struggling with, I don't want to be here no more. So I got to get out.
Okay, I'm going to get one more. Deanna, one more person. Get your samurai sword. Let us die with honor. Whatever this means to you, however you're struggling with it, go ahead.
For me, it's getting out of the cycle. Getting out of the cycle of, okay, I'm moving forward, I get hit, I stay stuck, I plateau. I move forward, I get hit, I get stuck, I plateau. I move forward, I get hit. That cycle. Because it's it's the same cycle, just different things. But it's the same cycle. And I know once I break the cycle in one place, it'll be easier to break it everywhere else.
Good observation. Well, you keep going, but good observation.
And the being here a year from now, I refuse, and I know I have to break it. Mine is breaking the cycle.
That's good. That's good. Thank you both. Thank you both. So everybody goes, well, how? God dog it. Let me help you out. I'm gonna speed you up 2 years in 2 minutes. The more active you are in life, the more life will throw unexpected things at you. To move is to get unexpected things at you. Therefore, the more you move, the more unexpected things you need to avoid. That's what you signed up for, and Susan gets it. You signed up for unexpected things to come your way. You move 2 steps, you unlock 2 unexpected things. You start a business, you unlocked every bit of poverty that comes with starting a business. You invest money, you've unlocked every bit of the opposite of investing money. Life will always be associated with, I can't believe that happened to me. That is what's supposed to happen. I am sorry. Let me speed you up 2 years. Good things absolutely happen to bad people. Reverse it. Bad things absolutely happen to good people. The good do die young, and the good deserve to die young. We signed up for it. Just because your songs say it shouldn't happen, don't mean that ain't what life is. Life is about embracing the unexpected things and making them opportunities you didn't expect. Rewind, press play. In order to perform a miracle, you have to do something or get something you didn't expect to happen. Yes? So every unexpected circumstance that happens to you is a miracle waiting for you to unlock. Every unexpected thing happening to you is a miracle waiting for you to unlock.
Don't you make me shout.
That's
Almighty.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Every time you do something, I can repeat it for you. Everything unexpected. How many things will happen to you unexpected? Every day of your life, Damali. Every single day. Damali breathed this morning, and her breathing, universe said, oh, well, let me give you something the opposite of breathing. And it's coming. Law says everything. The point of life is not to expect what's coming. The point, write this down as I say it, Grace. The point of life is not to expect what's coming, nor is it to overcome what's coming. The point of life is to be all that has come. When you are all things that have come, how can you be stopped? Please tell me where in any of your sacred texts does it say God needs to overcome something?
See there. No point.
Right?
There is no point.
Ain't no point.
All the points pivot, regardless of what type of point you got. They all pivot and they all reach their system of pointing.
That's right.
You better do that.
That's right. It's the truth. Everything here is serving you. No, it doesn't say, okay, Damali, I want you to pick up the book of your ancestors and write in chapter 3, verse 4, God struggled. No, that's not. You know, on one full moon, God had low self-esteem. I don't know. What? One day, God prayed and didn't know what to do. No matter what you say, it's not going to happen. Because the point of life is to become all things in your experience. And when you do that, you cannot be stuck. You're only stuck when you stop being in harmony with your surroundings. May I prove this to you scientifically? Do you mind? Scientifically, everything is in vibration. I'm not talking about like pseudoscience, fringe science. I mean, all facts. There is a wall next to just about everybody. I don't care. I see Kim in the car. So we're going to call that car door a wall. There's a solid surface next to everybody right now. If you get in harmony with the molecular vibration of that solid surface, your hand will pass right through that wall. There is not a piece of science that says otherwise. It's true. I'm not saying crack it. I'm just saying, like, literally, you'll just transmute right to the wall. So how can you be stuck when you're always going through? Ooh, I said something there, Damali. I said something. That's a sermon. When you are always going through whatever you're going through, being in harmony, you can never be stuck. See, I was in a trash can for so long because I didn't understand. And why they not coming back for me? Why? And it wasn't until I said, I'm responsible for me here on out. To the trash can be something that I send it past. Well, that's not fair, Antonio, because you was just a kid. Well, sorry to tell you, Deanna, your child is 7. Using the law of attraction for or against him at all times. You can't do nothing about it. Same thing for you, Damali. Same thing for me. All our kids is attracted stuff we can't protect them from. And stuff we can't stop them from getting blessed with. It just is what it is. You're old enough to talk back, you're old enough to use the law of attraction. You understand? As soon as they, all right, then right there, law of attraction. All right, I got you. You're responsible now. You know what I'm telling you. As soon as they go, no, all right, well, now it's law of attraction time. This is what it is. It is what it is. There is no age of accountability. That's people trying to understand. As soon as you're old enough to go, no, all right, law of attraction said, well, let me hold that from you then. You ain't got to understand it. It's a law. Our job is to be in harmony with everything, as law questioned with 3 question marks. Does harmony feel good? No. So let me define harmony. I did this alone just about 6 years ago. It's been a long time since I defined it. I'll do it now. Harmony is to be in perfect alignment with others. Let me switch it up. Harmony is to be in perfect alignment with self and other self, doing what is right compared to the ultimate right of right. I got you. I'm gonna unconfuse you. Remember that conversation we had in fellowship hall one day? Harmony is to be in perfect alignment with self and other self, doing what is right compared to the ultimate right of rights. Put that out there, Grace. This is what I'm saying. That whole thing is loaded. Let's start at the back end so you can understand the rest. To do what is right compared to what is right of right. A lot of you say, I don't believe in God, I'm atheist. That's fine. I'm actually happy you don't believe in God. I'm happy you don't believe in. For me, I mean, I joke with Grace all the time, God is math. For me, God is a big division problem up there. You know what I'm saying? You know, because math never fails. You know what I'm saying? That's the inside joke.
Watch it.
That's the joke that we use around here. Maybe math never fails. Think about this for a moment. What I'm saying, RC, is, yeah, you think you're right. That's what they say. Compared to the right of what is ultimately right, though. Just because you think you're right, don't mean you're right. That's the back end. So we got that out the way right now. Almost out the way, 50% out of the way. Now, somebody gonna say, well, ain't no ultimate right. And I'm so glad you said that. So then now I gotta say, to Antonio, who disagreed with that, is, well, you should probably go kill somebody. He's like, yeah, I kill somebody. Yeah, no problem. Like, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? If they shoot me, I shoot them. Okay, so that's right. Like, yeah, that's right. No problem. Well, you know, war, that's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yes, yes. If somebody try to kill my child, I'm gonna kill them. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. All this is right. And I say, let's go kill all the babies in the world. Now, wait a minute now. Why you didn't like that? Why didn't you like that? Something inside of you is saying like, something's wrong with that though. You know, something's wrong with that. You know, you don't know what it is. You probably can't explain it, but something about just going into, you know, the hospital with all the little cute babies taking their breath for the first time and just killing them all, they don't seem right. You don't have to, but I'm Muslim. Don't seem right. But I'm Christian. Don't seem right. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's something about that just doesn't seem right, because somewhere, Plato would say, somewhere in you is an ultimate form of what is right. Somewhere in you. It's the reason why we eat fish, but not dolphins. It's the reason why we eat cows, but not dogs. We keep the jokes aside. It's true, right? We eat cows, but not horses.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. But I'm gonna draw it on the board for you. Susan, this is what we call a line. I know you didn't know that. Congratulations. I just showed you a line for the first time in your life. No, that's a line. So I'm trying to move this out the way. Make it vertical. This is a line. Susan never seen it before. Congratulations. And it ain't even a good line, too. It's 15 lines together. It's okay? But this is a line. So what we do is we erase this crappy line, because that's definitely a crappy line. Great. Shame on you for having that crappy line there. And this time we'll have the computer do a good line. There we go. Now that's a line. Somewhere on this line, Grace, is a dumb animal. I'm using hyperbole here. We'll say chicken. Chicken. Anybody have a pet chicken? I spelled that completely wrong. Chicken, you know, and others, right? I just put a bunch of words for and others, a bunch of letters for and others. But in somewhere, Susan, somewhere, I don't know where the line is at, but somewhere on this line, these animals start getting real conscious. And the more the animal acts like a human, the more something in us says, nah, you can't eat that. Yeah. Right? Frog, whatever, you know. In Louisiana, they frying frogs all the time. Chicken, yeah, we eat chicken. But how many of you went to a restaurant and it said fried parrot? Think about that. No, I'm serious. Yeah. I'm not telling you, ain't nobody that's like not doing it. Somebody's always doing something. But fried parrot there's something with that. It just, because the parrot can talk, or at least mimic talking, we go, wait a minute now. You're going too far, Antonio. You can't cook a parrot. You understand? Snakes, oh yeah, you can kill those snakes. You know what I'm saying? We have fried snake. Rabbits, that's fine. Dog, wait a minute now. Dog responds. And cats are demons. That's probably not true. It's just a personal opinion. And we don't eat those either. Jokes aside, right? Think about this for a moment. The higher we get in consciousness, the higher something gets in consciousness, we create these rules for it. What I'm trying to tell you is nobody's telling us to do that. It's just something in us that says, wait a minute. There's an ultimate right, and that's wrong. So it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you believe in Urantia, Seth, Abraham, Ra, Jesus, Muhammad. It don't matter. Something in us, when we say right, we're comparing it to the best right that we can think of. When we say left, we're saying, well, yeah, go left. But that's like this ultimate left. And I'm telling you, go that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call comparative verbs. We're always comparing best. What best? Well, you know, one time I had, this is the best macaroni and cheese I ever had. Because you're saying, I had this one macaroni and cheese that was so good, this just beat that, my grandmother's or something like that. So what I'm telling you, Aunt She, is just because you're right, that don't mean you're in harmony. See, because I should do what you did to me, and I'll be right, but that won't be harmony. Just because I'm justified don't mean I'm in alignment. That's the back end. Got me? That's the back end. The front end, let's walk that out. Harmony is to be in perfect alignment. Tip says, geez. Harmony is to be in perfect alignment with self. So the truth is, there's only self and other self. That's it. That's all we got. Self and other self, because it's one infinite creator. Not to bother you too much with that right now. Just know that everybody is a representation or a manifestation or a satellite of this one thing. It, person, who, person, consciousness, whatever you want to say. We're a satellite of that one. That being said, there's no difference between Antonio and Phil. Except for Phil's handsome, and I'm averagely handsome. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But there's no difference because I am self, he's other self, but still self, Deanna, still self. So when I'm in harmony, it means I gotta be in harmony with me and then find that meanness in Phil too. Boy, that's where we go wrong. Because the first thing we want to do is we look at Frida and go, but I wouldn't have did that. And as soon as we go, I wouldn't have did her like that. We're out of harmony. Because when I make a mistake, it was external factors, Arshia, that did it. It wasn't me. It was, it was traffic. When you make a mistake, see, she always doing that. And I love to put it on your character. Never want to put it on mine, though. You understand what I'm saying? I'm late to work. Well, the alarm didn't alarm right. You late to work. You always doing me like that. We love to put stuff on other people's character. Always want it when it's us, we put it on external factors. But like I tell Gianna all the time, ain't no external factors. I told somebody today that's on this call, listen, you're not gonna like this. But can't nobody make you plant nothing you don't want to plant. You can't make me mad. Yeah. I got mad because I chose to. I planted it because I chose to. You don't know what he did to me. I know you told yourself every time this situation arises, act like this. I know that. Napoleon Hill calls it auto-suggestion. So in order for me to be in harmony, she put onions in it. We banned her. Too funny. In order for me to be in harmony, I have to love myself, know myself, trust myself. You ready? And then find myself in whoever just pissed me off. Mm-hmm. In order for me to be in harmony, I have to know myself, love myself, trust myself, and then find myself in whoever just offended me. That's the tough part. That's why I say harmony is to be in perfect alignment with self and other self. Yes, Arshia dead wrong. But when I look at Arshia, I need to look at her and know I'm dead wrong too. Or say to myself, well, but I'm God. I'm not wrong. And I need to look at her and go, but so she not wrong. The situation's wrong. The circumstance is wrong. My offense of her is wrong. She's in a wrong place, a wrong mindset. Something that makes me look at her and say, I found myself in her. I can't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why most of us can't do this, because you don't love yourself. We got people that say, Frida, what happens? It's like, man, you need to talk to me better. How you gonna talk to me better when you don't talk to yourself well at all? Some of y'all know you are very mean to yourself. So what it look like you being nice to me all of a sudden? You simply treat me like you treat you. You treat you that way. This is why y'all get into these relationships. So I got this advice. I tell my kids all the time, don't you date until you 30. They probably gonna do the opposite. But because we don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't go find love until you love yourself. Until you love yourself, you're not going to love anybody else properly. You're not. Because the highest form of love is forgiveness. And all y'all relationships should be based on forgiveness, not love. Love, I make you stab somebody 27 times.
God bless.
You see that?
Love don't love nobody.
No, we've all, especially Tempest love those murder shows. You know what I'm saying? The snap. And you know, Tempest be like, her brain be like, go to sleep, Tempest. And then her finger go on Netflix, let's watch a crime mystery or something, you know what I'm saying? You know, so like how to get away with murder, you know, something like that, right? You know, anything like that. Love will make you stab somebody 27 times, same spot. This same spot over and over and over. Forgiveness won't let you do that. Base your relationships on forgiveness, not love. Because the highest form of love is forgiveness. There's a great teacher. They call him a carpenter. Said, no greater love than this. The man who laid down his life for his friend. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, you ended it there. Laid down his life for his friend. So I'm wondering, is the highest form of love sacrifice?
There you go, right? And sacrifice seems like the ultimate form of forgiveness. It's an amazing thing. So in order for me to be in harmony with Tempest, with Deanna, with Grace, every time I look at Tempest, Deanna, and Grace, I need to find me in them. Assuming I love me enough not to harm me.
Watch it, bro.
Sometimes we got to do that backwards. Sometimes our self-esteem, and this is okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? This is okay. Sometimes, Damali, I can't look at Damali and find myself in her because my upbringing made me hate myself. This is when somebody like me, Damali, will say, well, listen, if you can't trust you, trust me until you can trust you. Love me until you can, right? You got to see if you can't have enough self-esteem, then ride my belief in you until you can borrow from that belief until it becomes your belief. Sometimes we got to do that. I would love to tell you that's a bad thing because it's inherently, it sounds like it should. It sounds like it should be a bad thing. But the truth is, some of our reward systems get jacked up real young. And sometimes, this is why we need a coach, right? Sometimes we got to get somebody to put something in us. Please, go ahead, Phil.
Well, you mentioned there are more than one way to skin a cat. But no matter which way you choose, you're going to end up with the same results as a dead cat.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Y'all watch how you're skinning these cats. Fair enough, for sure. So just got a very high level of question from Tempest because this is way high. Let me read it first. Yep. Okay, good. I can post it out there. I want to show Grace. I want you to read what she just, because this is the Tempest Deanna Antonio talk. Read that, Grace.
Distortions you have about yourself, you see in others, but you're reacting to the distortions of self, not necessarily the other person's actions.
That's 100%. Here's what she said. Well, I gotta break all that down. Let me jump to the end first. She's saying Frida that made me mad, but I'm only seeing in Frida what's wrong with me. That's the only reason I can see it. Forget that's the only reason I can experience it, because that's true. Like attracts like, but you ain't gonna believe that. I can't see anything that's not already up here. It's why when you ever ran, y'all ever saw an animal for the first time? Typically it happens with a possum. Whenever I try to get people to do this, the first time you see a possum, it's like, man, what was that? My eyes were going, it was big. And you was like, what did it look like? And your brain goes, oh, a big rat. Like because you've never seen it, you have no concept of this. So your brain goes to the closest thing it looked like, and you go, well, it was like a funny looking this, because you don't have any concept for this, and your brain don't know how to handle that. So please notice, your brain will never, ever, ever let you be wrong. So your brain will go, we know what the hell it was. So here's a picture of what we know. So it looked like that, Damali. That's what it looked like. It's the truth. It looked like that. But this is how we do our breakthroughs. Our breakthroughs miss us all the time because we haven't learned or seen the frame that we need to see our breakthrough when it comes. It's keep coming by us, and our brain go, man, it's invisible to me. And as soon as we notice it for the first time, we go, oh man, so this what you've been saying? And I'd be like, Grace, I've been saying that for 30 years. Now you're gonna let Damali say it, now you're gonna catch it, because she didn't have that frame for it just yet. So what Tempest is saying on the back end is anything that Frida's doing to me, I don't like. But it's me and that part of me I don't like. And if you ever raised your kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because we try to parent us out our kids, don't we?
Yep.
Little Marcus, stop acting like me right now. The damn kids start acting just like us. They start acting just like us. And we be like, you stop it. You stop. The body be like, stop acting like me. You stop acting like me. Stop acting like me. Because that's what we're really doing, because our kids are growing up with us. Now, this distortions thing, though, is a bigger concept that Tempest is saying. All of us are perfect, pure, light, love, and all matter comes from light. We know this. Einstein already proved it. E equals mc squared. This is not up for discussion. It's not conjecture. It's not hyperbole. It ain't a hypothesis. E equals mc squared. It's all facts. All matter is light smacking at something over and over until it becomes something. The problem with that, Damali, and this is what most of us don't get, this is where Deanna, Tempest, Adrian, Law's actually an empath. You know that? He tried not to be. He tried not to be. He got punished for it as a kid, so he tries not to.
I am not.
He got punished for it as a kid. A homeless empath in foster care is a recipe for molestation, all sorts of stuff, right? All sorts of stuff. Tempest, Arshia, Adrian, Deanna. Not Monica. Monica is so even. Monica get lucky she been lucky her whole life because water off a duck's back. It just, I didn't know that was supposed to kill me. I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't know that's supposed to kill me. These folk and Susan, strong empaths.
Yes. Here's
the problem with your empaths. You don't recognize, go back to light. Light creates all matter. This is me trying to explain distortions. That means I take a lot of risks. True. Light All matter comes from light. The problem with that, though, Deanna, is very simple. Once light makes matter, it's nearly here forever. No, need you to get it. The moment we made this a phone with light, I need you to get, no matter how much I break this phone, I can burn this phone, but it's still going to be a phone. I may put it back to its chemical components. So what you call ash, I can never, all matter is 90% empty. So I can melt this phone. But I promise you, the matter of this phone ain't going nowhere because energy can never be created and never be destroyed. So once your thoughts create something, it's here forever. And empaths have a hard time with that because you want so desperately to get past something and forgive something and hope it goes away. Let me help you, Frida. If you create it, it's here. You do not walk past a harvest. As much as I try to tell you that, it's not the truth. That harvest is going to be here forever. This is the problem of creating something. Once something is created, it is created nearby forever. The millions of years before it's created. Look, Lord laughing. So every situation you've ever created is here forever. So what you do is, it's not that you walk through it or you walk, out of it. I say that because you understand. You have to ascend higher than it. And it's not that it fades away. It does. It's just that once you conquer something, it has no more effect and it fades away from your perception. But it is here to bother somebody else. You may get past it, but your kids ain't. Please know. This is why, just know, when you create matter, it's here forever. Empaths have a hard time with that because empaths, one or two things, you hold on to things longer than what you should, or you're like, come on, please, I let it go, you let it go, but they can't let it go because it's here forever. You understand what I'm saying? It's here forever. I apologize, get over it. They can't get over it because it's matter now and it's here forever. So this idea of distortions is, the Mali is pure light, always creating something. Watch this. The Mali has to have love. And there's something called light, love, love, light. What you create is always shaped through love. Light does all creation. Love creates what it is. So if you have fear, the opposite of love, you're going to, with the light, create something terrible. Doesn't serve us, doesn't serve you, doesn't do anything, and it would never be destroyed because you have created it. Love shapes all things that the light creates. And Phil will tell you, and no one creates anything outside of their worldview. Another way to say that is, no one creates outside of their capability of love. However love is in you, that's what's being shaped. Light creates, love presents it, shapes it. You understand what I'm saying? It's the light that creates, but however love exists in you, that's what you create. And that's tough. Go ahead, Phil. This is fun.
Some people would say that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I've got no problem with that. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. Indifference let African American slavery go on for so long, didn't it? So I got no choice but to agree with that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you see injustice and you're indifferent about it, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening for sure. And it doesn't take African American slavery to be the only injustice in the world. Just drawing from my experience and my ancestors. Any injustice, if you're indifferent about it, it's going to keep happening. Injustice in your relationship, injustice in your family, etc. So I completely agree with that for sure. Love shapes all light. Light can only come through love. And so now I can fully explain distortions. What Tempest is saying is we have these three distortions. There's three of them. Free will, love, light. That's it. Free will, love, light. These are three distortions. And from there, they can get really distorted if we want them to. If my mama didn't raise me, she didn't. If I'm not careful, I can put what she did to me on all women and be very bad in relationships. My mama didn't love me, so how can a woman? And trust me, Damali, that wasn't a hypothetical example. I've done it before. You understand? This is keep it real with you. You understand what I'm saying? I know all about it. That was not a hypothetical example. That's not a hypothetical example. Distortions. What I love or hate about myself is the only thing I'm ever seeing in Freedom.
Yeah.
So when she gives it back to me,
You don't like that.
I don't like it. Or I love it. Just depending on what you are. You can only get, I wish more people understand this. Abusers only attract victims. The way to stop abuse respectably, before it gets too out of hand, because there's a lot of women, or not just women, a lot of people in abusive situations, they can't stop it at this point for many reasons, death being one of them, right? You know, it's hard to call the police when, especially when your abuser work for the cops, right? It's hard. There's always circumstances, respectively. But the way to stop anything is not to be of it. This is why when you come to Phil with that trash and negative gossip, Phil goes, wow, you know what? I'm glad you said that about about Antonio. Let me call him right now and let him hear what you got to say. so now conversation's dead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The fastest way to stop something is not to be of it. Yeah. And to be in harmony. I have to be in harmony with Zandria and myself. Harmony with, if me and Law are going through something, I be in harmony with myself and then find that harmony with Law. And then after that, all right, now let's do right by Law according to whatever is the ultimate right. Not what's right in my worldview. See it? Because we use our worldviews as excuses to do little. I mean, they're not buying from me, so I'm not buying from them. Come on now. Yeah. But we all have this big right inside of us, whatever that means. I'm not here to tell you what that means. That's a self journey you got to take on your own. And whatever you believe in when you get there, that's up to you. And I love it. Teach me all about it when you get there. I need more dialogue for people I'm going to meet in the future. Please teach me all about it when you get there, whether it be Sheba, well, I'm sorry, not the coin, the Indian god. not the coin. I know, right? Or, you know, it doesn't matter. Whatever you learn, please come back and teach me. I would love to sit at your feet and learn, because I'm always running across people that, I don't know. That's kind of the purpose of running across people. It means I don't know you. That's kind of the way that works. Your solutions aren't solutions. If you want to be stuck, you need to become all things. Or if you don't want to be stuck, excuse me. You're in the situation because you're not in harmony with that situation. See? Watch it. Water has no shape. It takes on the shape of its container, and you can say water becomes in harmony with that container. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Water is the life-giving force on this planet. We looking for planets right now with water on it.
Yeah.
We're doing that right now. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because carbon-based creatures need water. Yes?
Yes.
So it's safe to say when Jesus says, I am the living water, that was a big statement.
Yes.
Okay. You can see why some folk got mad at him. So you mean to tell me you the very thing that gives life? And of course, Jesus was like, hold my bill. Pop culture phrase. You get the point. I'm sorry. Pop culture phrase. But you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
But water will blow your whole town down as well. There's a strong point being made there. Because every April to October, or it used to be June to October, now it seems like April. Every June through October is hurricane season around her, and water ain't too real good about giving us life. Okay. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Because that water is not in harmony with what it's coming into destruction with. That water is in harmony with the storm itself, which leads me to the next point about being stuck. When the universe unsticks you, it typically destroys what you in first. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
Repeat that, please.
There's a whole, Damali, I'm gonna say it in your language, you and Tippet's language too. When the universe decides to fix something, it typically destroys it. This is the scientific fact. There is a what you call it, Tempest, Orisha called Oya that is known as a destructive Orisha that will come huff and puff and blow your stuff down. And they'll be like, all right, you good now. Rebuild. So what are you talking about? Ancestral knowledge, tarot card knowledge, weather knowledge, science, don't matter. When something is off balance in this universe, the universe will destroy it and bring new life. There's a law for that. Well, there's 3 laws for that. You can't take them out. First, second, and third laws of thermodynamics. It's all of them. It's all 3 of them. You need all 3 of them to explain this. I got you. I'll simplify it. A hurricane is the cool air coming from the northwest. Mm-hmm. How does it get cool? Well, north, northwest, and northwest, all 3 directions. How does it get cool? It goes up really high, mountains, especially the Rockies, Canada, mountains, all the mountains, right? You know what I'm saying? And as it goes up, it cools, and when it comes down, it stays cool. From the Gulf or the Pacific, Atlantic, hot water. Of course, I'm giving you a northern hemisphere explanation because cyclones in the southern hemisphere go the opposite way, but I'm gonna give you the northern talk because I'm well versed in that. And then you have the North Atlantic current. Google it, Grace, so people don't think I'm lying out here in these streets. The North Atlantic current is a really, really, really long piece of water current that goes from one side of the hemisphere to the other side of the hemisphere, and it regulates the tropical, well, I don't want to say just tropical, but it regulates the temperature of the water. When all this stuff is out of whack, a disturbance happens, And that disturbance, you know, as a hurricane, that destructive force is actually peace. It is the universe correcting itself, and it will not stop until the disharmony has run its course. This is you heard it all the time. After every destruction, would say, Adrian?
Is that why they say that the center of the storm is the calmest?
That's right. That's right. That's definitely one reason for sure. And the safest too, right? Definitely one reason. And but when the storm is over, it's so pretty outside, isn't it?
Yes.
Except for the destruction, it looks like
Yes.
a nuclear bomb of water just went off or something like that. And anything like this, always calm before the storm, and plus the calm after the storm. We all know it. We all know these things. There's you got the North Atlantic.
Yes.
Google. I mean, show it on your screen real quick, Grace. Reason this is important for me to tell you this, because some of you right now, see, North Atlantic current. It's there. Terrible map. Don't worry about it. I explain to you. From the northern hemisphere on the right side to the southern hemisphere, this long current is keeping our temperature where it's been since the first ice age. This ain't got nothing to do with me. This has been happening. Okay?
So I have a question now.
Mhm.
So is that the one that used to go from, like, hasn't that changed? Isn't what you're talking about the reason why we're in the situation that we're in today? Because it used to go from like California to New Jersey, but now it's more so like Canada to Texas. Like, isn't that what they were talking about? What's it used to call? They used to call it like a current or something. Like, because back in the day when we used to watch the news, you would see that current. And now because it's so like completely shifted, they don't even show you. Well, I don't know what it is, but I know when we were kids,
you
it
ain't
used to
said
be
that wrong.
blue and it used to be rolling, and they would always be able to show you what it is. Now, if you ever see them show it, it's really going from like north to south instead of, I remember when we were kids, it was going from like west to east. It was going all the way through. But I don't know that it sounded like, and then it is out of whack. So because it's out of whack, that's why we have storms that are now covering the entire all 52 states will have snow that day. Like,
that's about
a hell of a storm, yo.
Yeah.
So it's out of whack.
When Phil was growing up, tornadoes lasted 10 minutes. Now they could be on the ground for 10 states. Yeah. It's the same storm system. No, she's right, but I'm going to try to do this without making Fox News upset. I'm going to try to do this without making Fox News upset. Okay. Let me show y'all first what I'm talking about. This is very important for my next point. Here is, that looks like the Americas. I know y'all think USA is all the Americas. That is not the case. I'm sorry for you. It's North American continent. I'm sorry about that for you. And then here's Europe, Russia, Africa. Okay? And there's your North Atlantic current. Well, it's a good one. It's good. Doing all this great stuff here. There's your, there's more, but there you go. And here's a good, see this reddish is pretty warm. It's keeping all that stuff, and it goes up. It's important. This world is very smart, smarter than us. Of course, Greenland is full of ice. Iceland is full of green. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. It's the red is warmer, warm air. Blue is cooler, cool air, etc. And this needs to be the way it should be on purpose. Okay? That's what that is. Once this gets out of whack, which it does, the universe says, no problem, we'll fix it. It's no different than, hey, it's hot in here, Grace, cut the air on. And what does Grace do? She goes and she cuts the air on, and the condenser destroys the molecules moving in the air and slows them down. That's exactly what's happening, whether you want to see it that way or not. You understand? If you don't think that's the truth, wait, when it gets wintertime, cut your heat on for the first time. Don't it smell like something burning?
Yes.
It then destroyed stuff, and now it's burning the air, or actually more scientifically, it's speeding up the molecules in the air. Boom. Why am I telling you all this, Damali? Well, it's simple. Because sometimes y'all say, Lord, fix my life. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Got no problem.
Boom.
All of a sudden you're like, oh man. And then what you do is you law of attraction that, oh man, and you get more, oh man. Let me help y'all. If you're stuck and you want to get unstuck, destruction is coming. And be fine with that. Be fine with it. That's I love the I was like, oh, that's the fun. I'm learning it. Right?
Because I was thinking, I wasn't really like, oh man, I was like, wasn't expecting that, but okay, let's roll with it.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Destruction's coming, y'all. You're part of this universe. The universe fixes things sometimes through what looks like destruction. The truth is the hurricane is peaceful. It's peaceful. It's just a different kind of peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of peaceful. It's not like the hurricane killed all, like, think about it. The hurricane travels 360 miles, actually longer than that. It didn't kill all the fish, Damali, that it ran across over the water. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the truth. It didn't kill all the fish. None of this freezing lakes kill all the fish. It doesn't. Nah. It doesn't. Go ahead, Law.
No, I was gonna say you had it backwards. Greenland is the icy and Iceland is the green.
Oh, I did have it backwards. Okay, that's what yeah. Good job. Good job.
It was
Appreciate
done on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. You all, in order to be in harmony, in order to get unstuck, you have options. Your only real option is you can do what you want. That's why I said options plural. But the truth is, if you recognize there is no stuck, then you're never stuck. I don't mean that like, confusing Confucius talk, man with no fear is fear with no man or something. I don't know. They take the words and do it back. I have no idea how to do it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Confucius talk. I'm saying, which is all facts though. What I'm saying is, what would happen to all of you if you just embrace your full experience right now? How much further in life would you be? How much? Some of you, you're sick. You got the same cough you've been having for 3 months and you still ain't doing nothing about it. Still smoking cigarettes or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's something happened to me recently, and it hurt my ego, Zandria. I like spicy food. Phil, can't do that no more. So as soon as I turned 40, my body was like, well, we always had in the stars for you that this spicy stuff is hurting on the way out. You understand? And as much as I keep trying, and the reason I really like spice, because let me tell you something. These doggone asparagus and these greens need extra flavor in them. You hear me? They need some extra flavor. Yeah, that's it, Law. We had a good run. Literally and figuratively. All right? We had a good run. Now we can't do it no more. Every time, Damali, every time this year, I said, I'm gonna get some spicy. Get some spicy. I pay for it. I say I ain't gonna do it no more. I'll do it again. Finally, what was this? Actually, probably this month. Early this month, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not gonna do it no more. And I stopped. Okay, I'm not gonna do it no more. But how dumb you gotta be, Damali, to keep testing the matrix like that, knowing what's gonna happen. And here's the crazy part. Who was I trying to like? Who was I fighting a battle against? Like, who was I trying to prove wrong about spicy food? I didn't have no audience. Wasn't getting
just like Titanic, I know Jack is gonna survive, and every time I watch it, He don't.
Good point. Good point. Good. It was still enough spots for 2 spaces on there, but I'm not gonna bother that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a crap what they say. There was more than enough room for Jack to live. Okay.
More than enough room.
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Being stuck. I want to tell you, being stuck is a matter of the mind. Truth is, it is. The problem with that statement, though, Archie, is it makes you think your body ain't in there too. And I don't want you to think that. I don't want you to think stuck is just a condition of the mind, because I need you to know your body is stuck there with your mind. I need you to get that. So I do need you to know that some of you are stuck, and you've been stuck. And the truth is, you've been stuck your whole life. You won't admit it. And when you compare your prosperity to your parents' prosperity, and you adjust for inflation, even though you make more money than them, when you adjust for inflation, you make the same amount of money.
Your mama live check to check. Your daddy live check to check. You live check to check. You're doing the same thing, man.
Same thing. You get what I'm saying? When you adjust for it, sure, you make $100,000 a year. When you adjust for inflation, it's that same old $17,000, $20,000.
Just for inflation and 4 kids.
Yeah, oh Lord, same thing. And that's not the life for us. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. I know you're hungry. I know you fall asleep. I know you got to pee. I get it. All that stuff. You got all 3 of those going on at the same time. I know you do. But the truth is, we ain't really doing that much better. Because we stuck. And somebody had to illuminate our stuckness. The reason we're stuck is because the same disharmony our ancestors, parents in this case, had, same disharmony we got. And to push that further, a lot of our sacred teachings, that's all I said, breed this disharmony. Finish it for me, Grace. Man's life
is short, days full of trouble.
All I say was man's life, and she knew how to finish it. It's Deanna. Deanna don't know nothing about those scriptures, none of that stuff. It's easier for
a camel to fit out of
so all I'm trying to do is tell you now that we've got these things in us sacredly brewing disharmony. I'm not here to tell you it's wrong. I'm just here to tell you we're stuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to tell you we're stuck. And we wasn't meant to be stuck. But we got stuck teachings in us. And here's how you know when a teaching is not yours. When you had to catch it by faith. Well, that's right. Wrestle with it. You know a teaching is not yours when you had to catch it by faith. Tim is laughing. Damali went, but why? You just got to catch it by faith, Damali. Huh? Why? That's how it works. Okay. If the answer is that's how it works, if you got to catch it by faith, it needs to be examined. It needs to be examined. It needs to be examined. That's not to say it's wrong. It's to say you're more powerful when you're questioning things. Go ahead, Phil.
Are people aware of the that scripture, the eye of the needle, the accuser, for what that's about?
I'm sure most of them are not, for sure. Please explain it.
Yeah, the needle was a gate in the wall of Jerusalem. And for a camel to pass through that gate, the camel had to get rid of its possessions and humble itself and scooch down to get through that gate. So that's what they're talking about there.
That is preachable. That is preachable. That is preachable for sure. Adrian, you got your next sermon. That is preachable. Camel had to take off his possessions and humble itself to go through it. Man, that's powerful. That is powerful. There's a phrase for this called sacred cows. We're not willing to sacrifice the sacred cows, you know. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Keep all the things that are meant for you to be blessed, and please keep all of it. Don't throw away. I don't need you to throw away anything, because everything you know up to this point is going to make you everything great in your next point. You don't need to drop anything that you know to be great. That's another false teaching. You have come to this juncture of your life, Arshia, because it was perfect. And there is nothing you need to forget about or overcome. This is why I gotta be very careful when I say this. This is why therapy and coach, this is why therapy that's why I question therapy. Therapy is a good thing. I prefer all of you go get coaches with therapy in it, or coaching with therapy in it. Because therapy is to go backwards. That has nothing to do with time, carbon-based creatures, second law, thermodynamics. There's nothing on this planet. You know how hard it is to make a car go backwards? The first cars didn't even go backwards. There was no reverse. We had to make that up. The transmission must do some crazy things just to go in reverse. Wow. Backwards is really not something we're supposed to be doing. So the idea of therapy consistently taking you back to the point of your pain so you can deal with it, if that's the only thing you're doing, there's a problem with that. Yeah. And it's not a sacred sex is not going to disagree with me. Is therapy important? Sure it is. Especially Black people, it is. Stop making it so taboo. But therapy should be coupled with coaching moving forward. Phil and Susan, yeah, that's it, Damali, real talk. Phil and Susan move you forward, and then you go, I can't move forward. Okay, let's do therapy to see what the hell is wrong. Let's go backwards. Okay, you got it, Damali? Now release it. All right, let it go. All right, let's move forward again. That is what should be going on, not just therapy all the time. Life is about moving forward. And a lot of your moving forward, it's going to come with bruises. But you didn't come here to be smooth. And you can't climb a smooth mountain. You'll slip off every time. Yeah. The more friction, the more jagged edges a mountain has, the easier it is to climb. You just can't do it. You can't. How you gonna cut meat with a smooth knife? You perforated edges. Your teeth have perforations to get through the super greens that Susan is gonna make sure you eat today. You know what I'm saying? You got to. No. Should humans be eating meat? Debatable. It's easy. It's not really that debatable, Damali. It's not really that debatable, to be honest with you. I can kill a whole debate if you want me to right now. Okay, kill a whole debate. There's two sides of the debate. They're both equally true.
Science says no.
What'd you say, Law?
I said science says no.
Science says no. Science says no, because law says if we were supposed to be eating meat, we would have those incisors, whatever that you call them, those teeth. Plus, we'd be able to eat it raw, and that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair argument. Dogs can just no problem. They ain't gonna worry about no bubble guts, none of that stuff, because their stomach it's made for eating meat. No problem. That's a scientific argument. Good thing about me is I'm in harmony with all things. I'm in harmony with that argument. Someone like me is going to tell you all eating is destructive. Whether you eat meat or eat plants, it's all destructive. It's all violent. And we as humans are here to do violence at the right level, under the right circumstances, and most importantly, in the right proportions. I'm working out every day to get rid of my stomach because I was too violent with Reese's peanut butter cups. And I wasn't violent within reason, Damali. So not only was I violent against the Reese's peanut butter cups, bless their taste, God knew what he was doing when he did that, but it was then violent back to me in my stomach. But all eating is violent. All things are alive, and even plants are alive and feel all that. Your goal is to be violent enough to live, nothing more. Remember, lions aren't running around killing every gazelle, Damali, and then putting them in refrigerators. That's a human thing. You know, humans go, well, I ain't gonna feel like working tomorrow, so I'm gonna get 5 gazelles today. You know, Susan brought up earlier, as soon as the pandemic happened, I've been bought, let me get 2 years worth of toilet paper because I'm gonna be inside for 2 weeks. That doesn't make sense. I left all the toothbrush and stuff alone, but but that's neither here nor there. I feel like it is here or there though, but I'm gonna let y'all make it. You know what I'm saying? Being stuck is not just a thing of the mind. And I'm Arshia, don't you make this a mind issue only. And don't you think your body ain't there too only. Stuck is a fullness thing. And to get out of it is to fully engulf yourself in your situation. Passive people, always stuck. Too aggressive people, always stuck. Because neither one of those things are harmony. You got people that's too aggressive. They get past that stuck situation only to create another stuck situation. Because don't nobody like them. And you got passive people, too passive. So they stay in these stuck situations all this time. Harmony. Last thing, probably the hardest, is why I saved it for last. Damali, you got to decide in yourself what you're going to be in harmony with. The goal is to be in harmony with all things law. However, you need to choose what you're going to be in harmony with. This is important because I ain't got to go through everything. Think about that. I mean, do I really need to get divorced, or can I just read about it? I feel like if I read about it, Damali, I got the lessons. I don't need to just go figure it out. Do I really need to catch COVID, or just, y'all got it? You ain't like it? All right, then I'm not going to go. If I can avoid it, I'm not going to get it. Okay. But how do we choose? Well, this is why this was the hardest part. Easiest part for me, hardest part to teach grown people. Grown people are. Remember I showed that video, Sadhguru was like, he was talking to a little girl. Oh, yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, if you just sit with me, I can take care of you in a few hours. No, a few minutes or something like that. No, he said a few hours. Yeah. But when you become an adult, it's going to take me a few weeks. It's true. It's true, right? The older y'all get, the more stubborn you get. Think about Damali cutting her hair. Oh, Lord. She grown. Yeah. We ain't doing that. We ain't changing nothing. We ain't changing nothing. Yeah. Some of y'all got the same football team you had since 7th grade. You should. I'm not telling you to change. I'm just there's no reason to change. The reason to be in harmony. Harmony is an ever consistent flow of change, while also an ever consistent flow of not needing to change. Harmony is both. Harmony is both. Harmony is knowing you don't have to compete. I had the same glasses since I was 12. No, you absolutely right. Because Law, I got the same glasses the last 5 years. I mean, this every time I go back, Phil, every time I go to the eye doctor again, every year they send me new pair of glasses.
2006.
2006. Look, that's it. Every year they send me
lenses, same price.
same price. Look, I go in there. I was there 2 weeks ago or a month ago, and the lady, that's when Phil told me, "Go. It's a blessing for you." That was that day. That was that day. And the lady was like, "What? You want to go try on some glasses?" Nah, just send me the last ones you had. You sure the lady's there? She deserves a break. Like I was not finna go. It had nothing to do with me being lazy. I just didn't want to make all those decisions. I mean, walk in the whole room with all these glasses, and no, these are just fine. I'll just take these. Now, is that right?
Just sounds like a lot of work.
Right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? No. I'm not telling you this is right. I'm telling you this is human behavior. If I ain't got to fix it, I ain't gonna fix it. Good thing, bad thing. Stuck. Deanna asked this question about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. How do I walk out my old harvest?
That's right.
How do I stop being stuck? Grace asked this question this morning. How do I stop being stuck? I want you all to be reasonable with yourself. Don't answer out loud unless you're just as brave as Damali. I want you all to be reasonable with yourself and admit if you are or not in the same place you was. I'm not saying you ain't got little growth increments, but you better than what you are. Now, some of you can honestly say I'm completely different. And congratulations. How many people have you brought with you or going back for? You understand?
Yeah.
No matter what.
You know.
No, go ahead, please. No, go ahead.
No, because I was going to say from the very beginning of the conversation, I was like, damn, okay. You know, the worst thing that you will ever want to do, you know, don't forget about missing out. Think about, are you going to be in the same place?
Yeah.
Now, it's different for me because I'm in a different place, but I have been here before.
Fair enough. Okay,
I got out of a place, like I was in the situation thinking that was the thing that I wanted to get out of. And I was praying for all of these other things, like, oh, this is what I need. Oh, this is what I need. Oh God, if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. Oh God, I see what you're saying. And if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. So all of those things that I literally prayed for, I got. And then I had to literally be looking at the thing like, no, hell no, I was wrong. Because I was asking for the wrong thing, and that was not the way that this is wrong. You know what I mean?
All our stories.
So to sit here today and listen to you, now that I have looked at where I was and reevaluated myself, because you said something in there where it was like, however we were doing what we're doing, if you look around and you're not in harmony, it's not working.
That's right.
It's not going to work.
Amen.
And I was in this facade of what the world says is good. But I wasn't creating in that good. So to me, I remember the day that you said your home is where you create.
That's right.
It pissed me off since that day because I was sitting there mad thinking this is my home. Y'all giving me this, telling me this is where I'm at and this is where I made it and I can't create. So now I got to destroy everything. And then you were talking about you got to appreciate it. Don't fight it. And I'm like,
I know. Even I hate some of the stuff I say.
Learn these things. And then within that, my power, like you said, it was my head first. Yeah. So then my head had already made the decision, okay, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this joint, but I'm out of here. I gotta do this. So now I'm sitting in the same position that I was in when I thought that I needed all of this other stuff. And it's a blessing because now I get to see, I'm sorry. I'm obviously listen.
Well, you good.
Pray for me because what I have learned is in this, I now have to do other things and it is starting to mess with my ATS stuff. So I'm not going to let it affect me completely, but it is bothering me.
No,
So I would tell y'all that because y'all are my family. But I be damned. But all of the energy and the power that I have learned within the harvest, looking at the bad harvest, giving all of that and everything, coming to hear you say that today.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to make that choice to say, you know what, I'm walking away from this, because the faith in me, like you said, a lot of people can't talk about certain things until you've lived it. And then you've experienced it, and now you have it. And no one can take that away. That live thing.
No doubt.
You said you live life to be the expression for someone else, to teach it
Right.
to someone else. That's how you started this call.
Right.
So I just want to say that within all of it, I thought that I was doing something by getting out of the situation, but that was not the situation that I needed. So
Yeah, and no, that happens. That happens. Y'all unmute your mic and clap for her, but she just taught better than I did. You know, I'm just being being all the way real. Now, real talk. Let me say a few things to this, because that's why Adrian is too valuable. She like Bernie Mac. She say what y'all be wanting to say, and you ain't got enough courage to say it. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is. Genuinely. Let's talk about situations. There's something I learned along my journey that I want to share. I just shared it with somebody. I'm going to share it with you. Sometimes, do this. Damali. Because I like to say things so I can't speak over people. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak over people. So me and Damali together. Of course, she loves Sam and I love Sam. That's why I'm saying this here. And all of a sudden, Damali changed and I don't. Is that cool? Okay. Now Damali has to be in harmony with the fact that I'm not changing. She is. I'm like, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Damali says, you know what? I'm done. You suck. And she leaves. Oh, Damali. Aware Damali, same situation, says, you know what? I am grateful. This is actually in chapter 9, Think Grow Rich. I am grateful of all the love we had. Uh-oh, look at me. And I'm grateful for you and all your blessedness. Looking forward to spending this rest of this life with you, but not with you. Because I tried to build with you. Now I realize I just need to do it for you. Because I can't build with you no more. But I can come back and get you. Somebody needs to hear that. Don't worry about
I wish I would have said that. It was more like, man, I'm so glad that you were appreciative of my growth. And I'm going to just be thankful, because every time I see something that pisses me off, it's something about me and not you. So I just need to get over it and just self-assess. And I'm not doing anything until you get yourself together, because I refuse.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
Put myself back where I was before.
I'm
not
right
building nothing for you.
Yeah.
You got to build it yourself. And he's doing an excellent job.
There it is. There it is. There it is. No, 100%. And then this is all relationships. I'm not talking about the ones we with, the ones we're not with. All relationships. Sometimes family. Sometimes Antonio has to say, man, I love my brother, my cousin, or whatever. But I can't get to where I'm going with him. It's not personal.
Right.
But I tried. And no matter how much I try, we just can't build together. So I need to go find.
Come on, there it is.
You know what I'm
There
saying?
it is, right there.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
Let
tried.
me tell- Ooh, my God, my God. Anybody that know me know that you did more than beyond of everything of the try. And then even the trying, but that's when they say when I tried and they ain't good enough, you send shit. I'm not supposed to be pleasing you. I'm supposed to be
That's-
pleasing God.
You know,
Yeah, right.
at some point.
And it was easy to walk away. That was the day that I realized it was easy to walk away. And they said, I've been giving you grace. Ah! God grants grace. Don't you ever think you've been graced in me. So but yeah,
Fair
no.
enough.
Woo,
No,
my
fair
Lord.
enough.
My Lord.
Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes you have to, this is harmony again, right? I've had to learn this. Sometimes, Antonio, you have to say, you know what? No matter how much I'm trying to build with this person, I'm not gonna be able to build with this person. But recognize my job is not to dismiss this person. My job now is to limit my time with this person. That don't make him a bad person. That don't make her a bad person. It means that some other divine connection out there is better for my future than this person. They belong in my future. They're just not the best fit to get to that future.
Oh, that word is capacity, bro. Capacity. You
Real talk.
don't have what it takes. That's
Hey.
capacity.
You understand? You understand? Yeah. Sometimes the reason I'm saying this is because I'm trying to get you to be kind to people. I'm trying to get you to see that when Arshia got mad at Antonio, this didn't happen. When Arshia got mad at Antonio, when Arshia said, listen, you gotta go be with Deanna because she gonna love you better than me. And none of this happened, by the way. And I'll just come back and see if you want a couple of dollars down the road. There's a perfect example of this. Oprah said this about some of her family members. I don't know what the clip is offhand, but Oprah understood. In fact, I just thought of a video. Oprah understood that sometimes that you have to account for other people's energy. This would be a great way to end since time is run out. Sometimes you have to account for other people's energy because they won't do it themselves. Is this making sense to some of you? All right, I'll show you. I don't want to do this. Well, I might play two of them. Let me see.
Energy, I realized, was not supportive of who I wanted to be in the world.
All right, here we go.
And I recognized there are people who are not going to take responsibility for their energy. So I
All right, y'all listen up.
to do a clearing in my life of some people whose energy I realized was not supportive of who I wanted to be in the world. And I recognize there are people who are not going to take responsibility for their energy. So I now have to take responsibility for the energy that I allow to be brought into my space. Life-changing for me. And what I know is that you cannot continue to move forward in your life to the level that you need to be if you're surrounded by energy that brings you down, that sucks the life force from you. So not only are you responsible for the energy that you bring, is what I learned, you're also responsible for the energy that you surround yourself with. Huge, huge,
y'all gonna hear this again.
huge. And everybody who's watching me right now, I know that you know this is true. There are some energy suckers in your life. Just literally taking the life force out of you. And you will never be able to do and be who you're supposed to be in the world as long as you continue to buy into the energy suckers. To do a clearing.
Oh, we're gonna play it
in my
again.
life of some people.
Hold on. Everybody, y'all cleanse yourselves. Cleanse thine self. Now, let me do something real quick because we're done. Oprah gonna talk. I'm gonna give a closing thought. We out of here. Listen to me real quick. Oprah says, when I realized I really got to account for my energy, I gotta account for your energy too if you're not gonna do it. Because the energy, you hear me? You bringing in my space ain't letting me fly. So this ain't personal. This is an accounting for your energy. So what I'm doing now, Damali, is I'm being in harmony with your energy by accounting for it. Perfect cherry top on this conversation. And since I can't stop your energy, you understand me, Adrian? Because you can't stop the energy. You can account for it and be in harmony with who they are. And make an informed decision from there what to do with that energy. Come on, Oprah. Come back in here, Pastor Oprah. You come on in here, Bishop, and say it again, Oprah. Hold on. Actually, there might be another one. I think it was it this one? No, that's us. There's another one. Hold on, let me see if I can. I think this is the longer version, I think. Let me see. I think it's that one. That's right. Y'all gonna get this one though. Come on. Come on,
do a
Oprah.
clearing in my life of some people whose energy I realized was not supportive of who I wanted to be in the world. And I recognized that there are people who are not going to take responsibility for their energy. So I now have to take responsibility for the energy that I allow to be brought into my space. Life-changing for me. And what I know is that you cannot continue to move forward in your life to the level that you need to be if you're surrounded by energy that brings you down, that sucks the life force from you. So not only are you responsible for the energy that you bring, is what I learned, you're also responsible for the energy that you surround yourself with. Huge, 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 huge. And everybody who's watching me right now, I know that you know this is true. There are some energy suckers in your life. Just literally taking the life force out of you. And you will never be able to do and be who you're supposed to be in the world as long as you continue to buy into the energy suckers. To do a clearing in my life.
So you got closing thoughts. That's harmony. This ain't about being mad at people. I'm not saying anybody is. And Adrian gave us a great platform here, but this isn't in response to Adrian. This is, Adrian, look how right you are. Oprah said the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so this is, Adrian, you're in an alignment of Oprah, just to be clear. Listen me out. This ain't about not being in harmony with it. Because the more Antonio don't like what Adrian did, the more I am stuck in Adrian's energy. Somebody gonna hit me up on this day. The more I got a problem with what she did is the more I'm stuck, and she ain't even thinking about it. But I'm stuck in how I feel about it. And every time my consciousness relax, I think about how messed up she got me. When the best thing to do is be in harmony. Adrian, perfect. You know what? Adrian she perfect. I mean, she perfectly outsmarted me, perfectly cheated on me. I mean, she is perfect. I just got past that level of perfection. I want a different kind of perfection now. I now account for Adrian's level of perfection, and I wish her all the perfect blessings. As for me, I'm in harmony with a different vibration now. And I'm okay with that. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time, Friday. Love you. What's up, little man? I see you. Yes, yes.
Love you more.
Yes. All right, everybody. Law wants this link. Let me make sure I get y'all this link real quick. Yeah, Oprah. When Oprah talks, we gotta listen. There it is, y'all. Appreciate you. I'll let you grab that link out there, and y'all go love each other. I keep the call open.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, so he's got it. All right, y'all. Enjoy yourself. Love yourselves. Good to see little man. That was Damali's son in the background. Though, if y'all saw it, yeah, and the son looking handsome. Go out there, be strong, be encouraged. Powder your nose and put on deodorant and brush all your teeth, and life gets better. All right, everybody. Yeah, have a good one.